How's it going, guys? It's Mike Dolive here, and welcome to day number 2 of the Shopify week. I got so many good comments yesterday. I know I don't have many views for now, and that's okay. That's what I'm doing it for. I don't care if I change one person's life. That's what I'm doing it for, to change someone's life. I don't care if it's one guy or one girl. That's my goal here. So, guys, if you like my content, comment below. Let me know. This is what I do it for. Every comment I reply to, I look at it, I read it, I take a break from my business to do that. So it means a lot to me. Anyways, let's start day number 2. It's gonna be super exciting, and we're gonna go through awesome stuff. We're gonna progress, and yeah, let's get into it. How's it going, guys? It's Mike Dolev here, and in this video we're gonna go to day 2 of the Shopify week. So welcome again, and today we're gonna talk about a couple of things. First of all, we're gonna talk about finding a niche. Then we're gonna talk about doing market research about the niche, what do they like, etc. And then we're gonna talk about actually getting your logo. So these are the steps that we gotta finish today. To start off, about finding a niche. So first of all, I gave you some niche ideas. You have sports, kitchen, office, pets, health, fitness, hobbies, photography, deals. And what's different about those niches is that you have a couple of general niches here and niche store niches. So what do I mean by general store and niche store really? First of all, a niche store is something like photography, whereas all the people who like photography are gonna like your store, probably. A general store is something like hobbies, where you have hobbies such as chess and guitar and piano, and just because someone likes chess doesn't mean he likes guitar. Even though it's in the same hobbies niche, it's also in a different niche, which is music and I don't know the niche of chess. I think it's games or something. So different niches, but you can sell it under a hobby store. So a general store is simply a way to really sell products in a bunch of niches. Now, the disadvantage here is that your customer audience and your customers are going to be less targeted. You're going to get less targeted people. For example, in photography, if you get one sale, then you can literally go on your site and be interested in all you have to offer. Whereas in a general store, he's not going to be interested in all you have to offer if you have different categories in different niches. However, there is also an advantage here. The advantage is that you can actually go and find out what you're interested in. So you can go open a general store, for example, a hobby store, a deals store where you give deals, and find out what you're interested in. Because in a hobby store, I can have all those here under my hobbies store. I can have pets under my hobby store, and no one would think that is weird or anything like that. Though having a pet is not really a hobby, but I can still fit that in, or a deal, or deals for pet products, or a deal for cool stuff. I can fit all those niches there. Of course, my customer audience will be less targeted. I'll get less data to my pixel, but then I'll have the option to choose which niche I want. I'll be able to test all those niches out and know exactly what I want to go for. Because right now, a lot of you want to go into niches that might not even be successful. From my experience, these niches are successful, but a lot of you right now don't really know what to do. So my recommendation really is, 1, yes, a general store. Yes, a niche store is better, and that will make you more money in the long-term run. However, for starts, I think that opening a general store can make you money and can make actually good money. I've sold my store for $23,000. That was a general store. And then once you test out different niches, different products, different categories, you're gonna make money on the way. You're gonna build a business actually making you 6 figures, but then you'll actually be able to choose which niche you wanna go into, what you wanna niche down, and just go for it. Okay? So that's the first thing. So how do you exactly find out if a niche is profitable? Let's say you pick hobbies and you wanna go right now into the sub niches category. So here in hobbies, you wanna, let's say, and I'm gonna pick hobbies as the example. Here's why. I'm gonna pick hobbies as the example since we're gonna work on multiple different niches. I'm gonna give you more examples, and also I think that most of you guys should open a general store for starts, so you can experiment, so you can test stuff out. Because right now, let's say for example, you're in the photography niche, and in the photography niche, your products are failing, and it doesn't really work out for you. In order to switch to pets niche, you'll have to open a completely new store. But if you're in hobbies, you can just switch a campaign and that's it. And that's why I think that beginners should start with a hobbies store or a general store or a deal store, anything that you can really sell anything on, to get a lot of data to your pixel fast, to get a lot of data to yourself about what niches will work for you. Anyways, what I like to do at that case is I like to really go ahead and Google and start looking for some examples. So in hobbies, I just like to write, for example, top hobbies. Top best 55, 75, let's say most popular hobbies in the world. Or in the US, actually. The US would be better. 50 most popular hobbies. Then you have our list here. Reading, watching TV, family time, going to movies, fishing, computer, gardening, renting movies, walking, exercise, listening to music, blah, 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 blah. All of those things. Now, do you think you can sell? Here's a question for you guys. Do you think that you can sell something to people about TV or about fishing or about reading or about computers? Do you think there is stuff to sell? Of course there is. In this video, we're not really going to focus on the products, so we're going to save all of those for later, but we are going to pick few niches. So from here, what I want to do is that, since the list is pretty big, I'm just going to pick a couple of niches that I think are going to work well. So niches for today, for example, let's say. So I'm going to pick 5 niches that I want to search on. I'm going to pick TV, I'm going to pick let's see, traveling, I'm gonna pick fishing, computer. Actually, I'm gonna pick 3 niches. I think the 5 is too much to start with. I won't have enough time in this video. So these are the niches for today. Now the TV niche is a bit general actually. So because you have so many TV shows and movies and stuff like that, so I'm gonna switch that and I'm gonna go with golf. So these are all different things. We have traveling, golf, and fishing, which are all our hobbies, and sports as well, if you notice. Okay, hold on, let me just close out my communication softwares here as Slack and Skype. Just close the Slack application. Anyways, now we picked our niche, which is hobbies. And right now I just want to make sure that the niche is successful. So you can choose niches from this list. You can also go and write top 50 niches, top 15 niches for Shopify or something. You're gonna find stuff. Like we're gonna go to Shopify site, look at articles, look at things. But this should be enough here, or even this. Like this list is kind of awesome. So after you pick a niche, you just want to make sure that the niche is actually good and that you're gonna make money off of it. So you want to go to Audience Insights, and that's the first thing I like to do. Is to step 1. This is my niche validation process. So step 1. Go to Audience Insights and simply going to look for the niche. So golf, 15 to 20 million monthly active people. Out of them, let's see how much they spend. 40% retail. So they're also spending money on retail, as you can see here. You can actually see how much, I think you can see how much they're earning actually, which is good, I guess. So a lot of them are earning 200,000 to 500,000. Oh wait, that's not that. Yep, sorry about that. Where is the earning? Alright, just a second. Okay, yeah, I think this is actually the earning. So anyways, you can see that even by not looking at the demographics tab or by looking at the household or purchase tab, you know that people who play golf are wealthy. So for starts, we have that. Second of all, you can see that the niche is pretty big, and usually a big niche is a good sign. Okay, now it's gonna be a bit harder, so you do want to go to specifics when you really go and niche it down to specific parts of golf. So you can go to specific, let's say, states where people play most and stuff like that, and we're gonna get to that. But golf can be a really good niche. Now I just want to search if there is products in that niche. I'm gonna write golf I want to see if people buy in that niche. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to AliExpress. And here, I'm just gonna look for golf. As I looked for here, let's see the results. So the results are 2,000 sale, 2,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 2,000, to 1,000, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. I can see the niche is getting sales. Now let's see on AliExpress actually. So let's see by orders. I want to see how many people actually order here. And we can see 1,000 orders, 400 orders, 100 orders. So this can be actually a good niche. And my last step of research actually, and let me just write it down. Searching audience insights to see if the audience is big enough, because you're not gonna target the golf audience. You're gonna target, basically you're gonna target like golfers, pro golfers, companies, and stuff like that, just to make sure you get to people who are really interested in those stuff. So I'm gonna write golf and Teespring, golf and Teespring. I want to see if anyone created golf shirts. I want to see how golf works in Teespring. This is how I roll. Okay, let's see, because t-shirts, creating t-shirts is a great option for later on. This is how I roll from Teespring. Let's visit that link. Let's see how much it sold. A lot of things here, by the way, are not really selling well. A lot of things that are selling well are not on Teespring. So there are more methods to check out if actually you have successful products in the Teespring. See what's sold, because I just forgot the name of it. I haven't used it in a while. I'm sure there is. I just really forgot the name, I guess. Maybe we can do it inside of Teespring. Oh, TView. There we go. This is TView. So you want to check in TView as well instead of. Oh, you can check both on Pinterest or TView. So I'm gonna write golf. I want to see the top selling golf shirts. I want to see how much they sold. I want to see if they're actually selling well, just to make sure that golf is actually a good niche. And here, as we can see, let me just see again. Yeah, so we got some decent number of orders. It's not insane, for example, but it's pretty decent. That's why I want to look at the pictures. All right, Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Added 2 days ago. Let's see by best selling. All right, waiting for it to load. And while we wait, let's continue on to the next niche while we wait on in TView. So the process is really simple. We have search in audience insight, search in watch count, and AliExpress. And let's see, all I care about is golf and maybe like 3 people in beer. 131 sold, 12 sold. Okay, so from now on, as you can see, on AliExpress, comparing, let's say for example, let's compare golf to running. So for example, in running, as you can see, you have a lot more. I'm just gonna put running here as well. So in running, you have a lot more sales. 10,000, 5,000, 2, 7, 7, 7, 2. Really crazy sales, as you can see. It just keeps on going on and on. 9,000, 7,000, 6,000. It's not really running, it's actually a watch. So you can go deep down and see again. 2,000 sales, 2,000 sales, and more and more and more and more. So running is actually a better niche than golf. And you can see what a good niche looks like. So far in golf, and I'm going to determine this by the t-shirt, I can see that the audience is not passionate enough actually. So I don't see anything like really special about golf. I don't see a reason why golf would be a good niche. You got 2,000 sales here and there, but still it's more of general products that aren't really good. So for me, for example, I wouldn't pick golf. So golf for me, we're out. So I'm not going to pick golf. So let me just golf. There is okay, nope. Okay, so golf, we're out. No golf. Now let's go with traveling. So I want to look for traveling. That's their second option. So I'm going to look traveling. Again, I'm going to look traveling on Teamsprint, on Pinterest in case I miss something. I'm going to go again to AliExpress and do that. I'm going to go again to here to write travel. I'm going to go and start researching. It's a bit of a, let's say, I don't want to say messy process, but it is really. You're just looking for stuff, seeing what works, seeing basically, you have a few things you want to determine if a niche is good. And I'm going to get to that in a second. So 3 ways to determine if a niche is a good niche. And this is critical, of course. So here I'm gonna write traveling. Let's see how many people actually like to travel. So it's travel, not really traveling. So let me fix that here. Travel. Alright, so we got travel here. Here I'm gonna write travel. Travel. Let's see if I best selling. I'm a travel agent. What's your superpower? Alright, I'm gonna go here, travel. I want to see what type of product we can sell to people who like to travel. There's also a method to look for products, but I just want to see if the niche is selling well. Okay, 100, 100, 100. As you can see, this niche is clearly better. It's not the best niche, for example, like running, which is a niche that I've had success in, and I know it can work well. Or dogs. Alright, dogs, for example, is a huge niche. I'm going to show you right now example in T-View so you can see the difference between a good niche and a great niche. Now traveling, as you can see, tons of demographics, 80 million people. It's a bit harder to actually, let's say, niche, to actually figure it out because the audience is so different. You have 80 years old to travel, you have 16 years old to travel, and you have 20 years old to travel, and all are doing different things when they do. So I wouldn't say it's the best niche, but I wouldn't say it's the worst niche. I think it's a decent niche. I don't think it's like the, let's say, optimal niche that, or ideal, actually the ideal niche that we should strive to. Now you can actually, use that niche and you can actually have success in that niche, but it's not the best niche to start with. So for example, right here with running, let's see, I'm a runner 5, 368, 400. The numbers are really better. As you can see, the numbers are better. A lot better actually, 200 per each shirt, compared to golf. So running, for example, is a great niche. Traveling is a so-so niche, and I'm gonna decide that just by looking here and seeing how we looked for travel, and even watch count couldn't tell the difference. That means that you're gonna have a hard time finding it out. So when looking for a niche, there are a few ways that you're gonna use to determine if a niche is good. One, if the products gets, these are actually the 3 things that you want to have: a big audience on Facebook Insights, 2, a lot of sales to the products, or a lot of demand. Now that is something a bit different. So maybe there's not a lot of sales, but a lot of demand. So how to look for demand? Simple trick. Go to Google actually, in order to look for demand. Go to Google and look for this. Best gifts for people who like to travel. And then you can see you have some subjects about that, and then you're just gonna go here, and that's a way actually to find products, which we're gonna talk about. But yeah, you're gonna see like gifts for people who like to travel, and then you can see the type of gifts, and if they're really different, and you can understand that for each gift it's for a different person with a different demographic, then you're gonna know this is not the best niche. So you can also see the demand in the comments. You can also go to a site called BuzzSumo. So I'm just gonna write those down here so you can have it, and it's a lot of content, a lot of things to digest. I know. BuzzSumo. So you're gonna use Google and BuzzSumo, and here you just write travel. It's really simple. It's a great tool. Cool. So you're traveling and you can see the subjects, you can see how viral it is, you can see the shares in all the different platforms. And then you can see like what people are talking about in the keyword traveling or travel or anything like that. So that's another way to discover if there is demand. And then if it's easy to target the demographic. For example, I think that traveling would be a good niche, but I think it's just really hard. I think it's just really hard to target like the right people, and finding the right product is gonna be a problem. Because I don't really see a lot of products here to sell, and there is a lot of products with demand. Now, a lot of products with demand just means that products that are selling well. So then we're gonna go to the third niche, and I can see that we're almost running out of time here. I don't want to make it too long, but it really is a big subject. So far we've learned how to really pick a niche. We've picked actually 3 niches in a general hobby store. We have the niche validation process where we actually search in audience needs site to see if the audience is big enough. We search in watch count on AliExpress, and we search in TView. That's our niche validation process. So including that is, niche validation B, I'm gonna call it. So this is like the second process that you're gonna do. Okay, I love fish. Okay, let's go by best selling. Let's see how good the fishing is. So I'm just gonna go through the process again. I'm gonna go to fishing. I'm gonna go to fishing here. I'm gonna go to fishing here. Actually, no need on Pinterest. Since we have TV, I think it's better. So yeah, these are the sites, and we're gonna go to fishing in AliExpress. And you can also write on Google. So like the top fishing gifts. That works well. 900, 800, 300, 300. And by the way, a lot of people are selling t-shirts without Teespring. So I just want to see like the demand in Teespring, specifically Teespring. But so far I can see that the demand is really high, because I've seen better shirts than this, like on sites on Shopify. And here, when we write fishing, again, 2,000 sales, 2,000, 3,600, 900, 3,000. That's actually really good. Let's go here. Let's try AliExpress. I want to see if it was also on AliExpress. I think that we're getting closer to a good niche, actually. I think this might be a good niche for you guys. Fishing. Okay, this is weird. Okay, this is odd. Fishing. Okay, it doesn't. The fuck? It doesn't let. It doesn't let me. Oh, this is weird. This has never happened. Okay, view more. Okay. Now we're talking. I think they changed the UI or something. Okay, fishing. 5, 6. 6,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay, enough said. So let's go back to the niche validation process. Let's go to the. My computer is really slowing down actually for some reason. Okay, let's go here. Alright, now it's working. Alright, so we have the niche validation process. 1, search the audience insights and see if the audience is big enough. Is the audience big enough? Definitely, 15 to 20 million. 2, search in watch count on AliExpress. Does the product get enough sales? Does it have enough products with demand? Which we also covered here. 3, yes, it does. 3, search in TView. Is there any successful t-shirts there? Just successful. You don't look for high numbers there, because a lot of people aren't using Teespring right now. Niche validation B. Is there a big audience on Facebook? Yes. Oh, just niche validation B. I think I just recapped a lot of things here. So yeah, I'm actually gonna remove the niche validation B. Sorry about the bit of a mess up and confusion here, because it's the same. So 4, is it easy to target demographic? There's a lot of product with demand. Yes. There is easy to target demographic. Most people who like fishing, whether they're 20 years old or 80 years old, are gonna love the same thing. So it's gonna be a lot easier. The site's gonna be much more easier to build. And as you can see here, niche validation process, searching the audience insights. I'm just gonna go for it again to make sure this is the right niche, and I really think it is. I really think it is from what I've seen. So these are like the 4 questions that you should ask yourself when you pick a niche. And what I will also add is, are they passionate? Because a lot of people are gonna buy based on passion, and if people are not passionate, then it's gonna be harder to sell to them, because people buy based on emotion, really, not really logic. A lot of people buy on logic, of course, but most people buy on emotion, as weird as it sounds. So even you sometimes, even me sometimes, I buy for my passions. So really, you want to ask yourself, are the audience passionate enough? Are they passionate? And I'm gonna pick the fishing niche. I think it's a good niche to start with. Again, we have a general store that we pick, and we have the hobby store. So we're gonna have the hobby store and the fishing niche in it. And all you gotta do is simply ask yourself these questions. Find about each of these niches here. So traveling and golf didn't actually make it. Okay? And that's pretty much how you find a niche. That's pretty much how you do the niche research. Now, there's also a few more parts that I wanted to cover today. So it's doing market research about the niche, what do they like, and getting the logo. Now, because doing market research about the niche is actually part of day number, I think it's either 3 or 4, where we actually go deep into the demographics and how to research and starting our Facebook ads. I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm just gonna show you how to get the logo so you can basically get ready. So what I like to do here is simply go to Fiverr. Okay. And here, I'm just gonna look for a logo. And you have really good vendors here. So for those of you who don't know Fiverr, Fiverr.com, there's good logos. It's only $5, $6.5 with the taxes. Really, really cheap. Really great logos. You can find really good deals. And I would recommend to find someone who can do it in 24 hours, basically. 24 hours. So let me just go here. So I'll find someone who can do it in 24 hours, basically, so you can get it fast, and someone who has good positive scores. So you have tons of those on Fiverr. You should never have a problem finding a logo. Just look for a logo in 24 hours, and you're gonna find all of those people who all have high rating, and you can choose from them. And just to pretty much recap what we talked about today, we talked about finding a niche. We talked about whether you should start with a niche store or a general store. We talked about the niches for the day. So we tried 3 niches. Out of 3 niches, 1 is actually a successful niche that's gonna work for us. Why? Because we're searching audience insights, the audience is big enough, we're searching watch count, it has enough product with demand, we're searching T-view, and there's successful t-shirts there, and it's easy to target the demographics, and there's a lot of products with demand, and 5, they're passionate. So we didn't really search if they're passionate or not, but I could have seen that. I mean, I know that just based on my experience with the niche and researching about the demographic, but even if we go to BuzzSumo, for example, and if we go to Google and write best gifts for people who like fishing, I'm gonna see a tons of, I'm sure I'm gonna see, like, I didn't even do it, but I'm sure I'm gonna see that. So 22 great holiday gifts for fishermen. Okay, fishermen, so that's how they say it. I see. Okay, so I'm gonna write fisherman maybe, and then I'm gonna write fishing. I wanna see what are the results. If anything relating to fishing is actually going viral here. Fisherman spends 3 years building 24 months of, okay, Lego. Italian fisherman catches and monstrous 280-pound catfish. Now this is something that I think a lot of people that are interested in shipping in fishing would be interested in, but some people want to be. Let's see. Missouri fisherman shares a record setting 65-pound striped bass. Again, these are subjects about fishing. As you can see, 70,000 shares, 56,000 shares, tons of shares. So as you can see, it's going pretty viral. Now if we go to fishing, maybe we can get even good results as well. But then Chinese fishing village, let's see. Cats, Italian fisherman, again the fisherman. Again, same subjects. But as you can see, it's getting a lot of traffic compared to traveling, where we had a hard time finding if this is like the right demographic for us. Here you can see that these are like the type of people that visit these things are the type of people who will buy from our store. And in Google, the best gifts for fishermen, you have tons of gifts. you have comments actually. So this is not, I'm not sure if this is like a big blog or something. I'm pretty sure it is actually. I'm pretty sure it is, but you have comments here. You can go to Facebook, you can go to like the top fishermen in TV, you can go to TV shows, you can go to Facebook and look at how they commenting. That's how you find out if they're passionate. So that's pretty much it. That's the niche validation process. And if there was a bit of confusion, because I know I went a bit back and forth, but I wanted to make sure that you get the most out of it, just let me know. Write down in the comments. Tell me what your feedback is. If you like the video, if you hate the video, what do you think about it, if it's helped you or not, and I'll make sure to reply and help you as much as possible. And please, please, please reply. This is what I do it for. Comments are my oxygen. This is why I make videos. So thanks again. This is how you find a niche. And later on, we're actually going to talk about researching the demographics and going deep into the niche and finding what exactly they like and targeting them on Facebook and making campaigns and advertising and everything else. But for now, since the video really has gone a bit long, then we're just going to focus on that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.